There are 15 DCEU movies, that's DC Extended Universe movies, and somehow DC has managed to give us both some of the best superhero movies ever made, yes, some of the best, and some of the most baffling ones that have ever been made as well. Like, what were they thinking when we were making any of these movies? Like, actual disasters in the cinema. I did the work, yes, including the bad ones. I went back and I watched all of these movies. Yes, including Black Adam as well. I had to sit through Justice League yet again because I wanted to rank every single DCEU movie. Yes, today that's what I'm doing. I'm ranking every single DCEU movie from the worst to the best. Some of these placements are going to be controversial. They're going to make some people mad. And honestly, you know what? I'm okay with that. So let's get into it. And stick around to the end because I also have a bonus review of the new Supergirl movie because I want to know, is DC finally cooking? Let's get into it. Right. This is going to be a ranking. And before we get into the ranking, let's just set some ground rules because I know with rankings, everyone's like, It's my opinion. First of all, it's my opinion. Second of all, I'm ranking the DCEU, not the DC. So DCEU is the DC Extended Universe. So that's like Man of Steel through to Aquaman. And yes, that's what it is. There are 15 movies in total. And I'm going to include Zack Snyder's Justice League because I know there's one Justice League, but Zack Snyder's cut is a literal like movie on its own. It's a different movie on its own. So yes, that's what I'm doing. The DCEU, not just DC. So we're not including movies like the Batman, the one with Robert Pattinson, or the Joker, or Green Lantern, or Dark Knight, none of those, because that's its own thing. That's a separate universe. And in fact, I love those. I prefer those, but it's not the DCEU. So that's why. So great movies from like based on DC comics, but I'm not ranking that right now. Maybe another video. Maybe I'll do that in another video. And look, you know this. Ranking is subjective. This is my opinion. So you guys are going to definitely disagree with me. And that's the point of this video. That's the point of personal opinions. That's what comments are for. If you disagree, let me know. And I'm going to be honest because some of these movies are genuinely great. And some of them are like, why? Why did this even happen in the first place? So yeah, let's talk about it. All right. Okay. Really quickly, if you're new here, my name's Dolly and this is Ready Watch It, podcast about books, movies, and everything in between. So if you like books and movies and some bold takes as well, some slightly unhinged takes too, because we do a lot of rankings here. Subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, share and like. Now let's get into the rankings. But first of all, I'm going to list the 15 movies, the DCEU movies, and then rank them. We have Wonder Woman, the first one, and then the second Wonder Woman, 1984. We have Man of Steel. We have Dawn of Justice, which is still Man of Steel, the second one. There's Suicide Squad, and then the Suicide Squad. So basically, Suicide Squad 1, Suicide Squad 2. Then there's Justice League, and then Justice League Zack Snyder's edition, I would say. Then Aquaman 2, which is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. There is Shazam, then Shazam 2, which is Shazam Fury of the Gods. There's Black Adam. There's Birds of Prey, which is the emancipation of one Harlequin, and there's The Flash, and then Blue Beetle. That's the 15 movies. Yes, the count is 16 because Zack Snyder's cut for Justice League made it in there. So those are the movies we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to be ranking them. Whew, I literally had to go back to watch all of these movies. And funny thing is, I didn't even realize I'd seen every single one of them till I started reading. Not till I started reading watch, but when I went through the list, I'm like, wait, I have seen everything. And I was a little ashamed because DC has been disappointing me since they started their universe like over 10 years ago. I think it was 10 years ago, maybe over 10 years ago. I've been disappointed up until this point. So I'm surprised with myself that I've seen every single one. But it's one of those things where it's like, you're just hoping for the best. You're like, oh, they have to do better. Like, it's a new movie. They're going to try. They're going to do better. They're going to do better. Anyways, let's get into the ranking. Okay, we're ranking them. So starting with the worst, like I said. So we're just going to have 4 tiers here because it's the DCEU. Nothing is elite, quite frankly. We're starting with the bottom tier, tier D. And my question for tier D, and tier D for me is like, why did they even make this? That is literally the category for tier D. Why did they make this? Right, like I said, I'm starting from the bottom. Not going to do the S tier this time around. The bottom is the bottom. These movies had no business being made whatsoever. Like, why did they even waste their money? Okay, let's start with the bottom one. First of all, at number 15, and worst of the worst, bottom tier, is Black Adam. Black Adam was in 2022. Look, I wanted to love this. I think we all wanted to love this. The Rock said he was going to change the hierarchy of power in the DC universe. He literally said that. Like, that's what he said. But he did not. He changed absolutely nothing. This movie was 2 hours of The Rock being cool and nothing else happening. Him just flying around and doing like thin plot. Nothing happened. The villain was I don't remember how the villain was. Maybe it was sand or something. The villain was so forgettable. Like, there was nothing in that movie but me just watching The Rock go up and up. Like, it was just, you know what? They made the trailer, good trailer, and they forgot to actually make the movie. It's like, it is what it is. We're done. They did it. It was horrible. Just skip to the next one. Okay, the next one for me is Blue Beetle. This came out in 2023. Blue Beetle. Okay. I need to be honest about this one because I wanted to actually love it. I wanted to really like this one because I love diversity. I love when movies try to be diverse, and I love the diversity. I love the way they were representing a community that doesn't get enough spotlight in superhero movies, or like just even in just the industry in general. But wanting to love something and actually loving it is just sometimes it doesn't coincide. And this movie was just that. It didn't land for me. For me, it was like, yeah, I love the family dynamic, a Hispanic family. That, it was cool. But the story just felt like something I'd seen 100 times before. But yeah, but just more flashy. It felt like the movie was trying to be Shazam without the charm, like with the whole family story background and someone just getting powers they didn't know anything about. And I hate saying that because representation really matters, and I wanted more of the representation, but the movie still has to be good. Like, we can't just rinse and repeat and just change the faces. Like, you can't yellow face this and make Shazam that was a bunch of white kids. Like, no, let's not do that. Anyways, next one is The Flash, 2023 release as well. Do I need to even talk about this? Everyone, like, I know, lost their minds over this movie. Like, yeah, Michael Keaton's back. The multiverse is here. It was so emotional. And I was just like, wait, what are we talking about? Is it the same movie? Because what I saw was just like CGI that looked like my brother's PlayStation. Like, it was so bad. Like, it was rough. And I just didn't get it. It's like, yeah, Barry tried to save his mom. Like, okay, I know it was supposed to be emotional on paper, but it's like, the execution was so messy. I enjoyed the cameos, not gonna lie, like, nostalgia, da 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 da. But it's like, the CGI was just giving too much. Come on. Like, I'm not gonna do this. I know people love, like, the fact that Michael Keaton was there with his Batman scenes and whatever, and those were fine. To be fair, those were the best parts of the movie, but everything else was just so messy for me. I'm sorry to say, like, fix your CGI. How about that? Like, bottom tier. And yes, not apologizing. I said what I said. Okay. All right. And for the record, yes, I know some of these placements I already said are going to be controversial. Some people will be mad because some people like The Flash, some people like the, but that's what the comments are for. Tell me in the comments. Okay. Fight me there. Next one here is Suicide Squad 2. Yes, the 2021 release, the Suicide Squad from 2021. So pretty much part 2. Okay. I know this is the one people are going to want to have my head for, and it's okay because we love James Gunn. I love James Gunn too. So this is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and everyone loved this movie, and I wanted to love it too. Like, pretty sure it has like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and some people called it like the best DCEU movie ever. But guess what? I didn't get it. I genuinely didn't get it. I didn't get it. Like, first of all, the villain is a giant starfish. A starfish. What was his name? Starro the Conqueror or whatever. He's a starfish with one eye. Like, what am I, like, am I supposed to be intimidated by that? Like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I can't take a starfish seriously. Like, the world is ending and the starfish is causing that. Like, what do you mean? Like, I know that, yes, fine, I know it's from the comic. Yes, it's true to the comic, whatever. Yes, I know it's accurate to the comic, but sometimes comic accurate doesn't translate to what like an actual movie should be. Sometimes a starfish is just a starfish, and it is what it is. Look, you're just a starfish, like, pooping out other small starfishes. Like, yes, and all the other characters as well. Some of them were just too weird for me. Like, King Shark is a shark who talks like a toddler. What do you mean? Weasel is a weasel guy who can't talk. Like, and there's a polka dot man shooting polka dots. Like, what are we on about? Like, I was watching them, I'm like, am I supposed to be taking this seriously? Like, is this serious, or are we here to joke? Are we playing? Because it can't be both. Are we serious? Are we playing? Like, choose one. And for me, it just didn't work because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't connect with any of the characters because they were so silly, but they're also being serious. It's like, no, everyone else seemed to get it, but I'm sorry. I respect what James Gunn was going for, the chaos, like the anti-superhero energy. Like, he's great. James Gunn is fantastic, but it just wasn't for me. I'm really, really sorry. It wasn't. And it's okay. Come at me in the comments. Explain what I missed for Starro the Conqueror. Okay, next one, really quickly, would be the first Suicide Squad as well, the 2016 release, the original one. This one, I have less to defend here because most people will agree with me that it was messy, it was bad. Jared Leto as the Joker, like, let's not even go into that. Like, what was that performance? Let's not even do it. Like, do you think this is TikTok? Are we here to be doing TikTok dance? And again, the plot was just all over the place. They tried to get in there. They were trying to go for like a Marvel comic thing, but everything was just bad. The energy, the soundtrack is like, what was it? I can't remember. Was it Bohemian Rhapsody or something? It was just weird. Like, it had moments. There were moments I wanted to like, especially because it was like star-studded, but then just a few moments doesn't make a movie, right? So still bottom tier. Okay. It's still bottom tier for me. I'm really, really sorry if these were like your favorite ones. Bottom tier. Again, that's the bottom tier movies. I'm not probably not even gonna watch them anytime soon or ever again, but it's okay. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. That's what the bottom tier looks like. Let's move on to the next tier, which will be the C tier. And the C tier for me is like, you know what? The movie wasn't so bad. It had its moments. It had its moments tier, right? It's like, see, you had your moments. All right. These are the movies that were fine, like I said. They had good stuff in them. They were watchable, absolutely. But something was just holding them back from being genuinely great movies. Like, they had good stuff, like a little bit here and there, and they're watchable, but it just didn't like hit home like it needed to be. Right. So first one for me would be Shazam. The second one, Fury of the Gods, the one from 2023. The first Shazam was actually really cute. Like, I absolutely liked it. First I was thinking was like Shazam, yap. But anyways, it was really cute. It was fun. But this sequel, which is the one that is the C tier for me, feels like it was trying to recapture that magic of the first one, but it just couldn't get there. Like, I remember just like being bored at some point. Like, the family dynamic was still there. It was great, but I felt like there was not even too many more characters. Again, another fan, like there was three sisters. So trying to replicate that whole family thing was good. The villains were okay. Like seeing Helen Mirren, of course, that was fun. But overall, I just felt like it existed because they needed to just put they needed to do another movie because of the success of the first one. And unfortunately, it just bombed. I'm sorry to say, like, I didn't take it that seriously. It wasn't as great. Because it wasn't as great as the first one is why it's going to be C. It's not the worst, but it wasn't as good as the first one. All right, next one for me is going to be Justice League, 2017 Justice League. That is the theatrical release by Josh Whedon. This is Josh Whedon's version. This one is tough because I know there are two. This was like, I could tell. You can actually tell that there are two movies fighting for the spotlight here. Half of it was by Zack Snyder and half of it was by Josh Whedon. And you guys, you remember the CGI on Superman's mouth? Like, yeah, they tried. The movie was trying. They tried to give us a team all together, like the whole band all together on screen. They were trying to do a Avenger sort of thing, but it fell apart because it really looked like a hodgepodge and like just them trying to weave everything together. And like you literally could see it falling at the seams. And that's why for me, it's a C tier. Next C tier would be Batman and Superman. So Batman versus Superman. This is Dawn of Justice. Oh, this one. I remember it was like 3 hours long. And this was by Zack Snyder. He's a fantastic director, not gonna lie. He's great. But there's just some times where it's like, bro, you do too much. You do too much. Like, I really wanted this one to hit because it was supposed to be Dawn of Justice. But then again, it's like, yeah, I think the best thing about this was Jesse Eisenberg for me as Lex Luthor, because I don't know that they've done Lex Luthor the best way, but I loved it. I loved him as a choice. I don't know. It's again C tier because I'm ranking this version, and the theoretical version is a beautiful mess. It's a mess that I enjoy sometimes, but it's still a mess. Not gonna lie, there was like a lot happening. The CGI too was a bit like, honestly, if this was still 2016, it would be the bottom tier because I remember just not liking it in 2016. It's only in like the C tier because there's been worse releases since then. Right. For the record, I see that the Snyder Cut defenders are in the comments right now. I'm sure they are there because everybody loves Zack Snyder. And it's okay. I respect your passion. I just don't agree sometimes. Like, it is what it is. Like, I like Zack Snyder sometimes, but he also does too much. Okay. On this one, he overdid it. Now, let's move on to the better tier, which is the B tier. So this is the actually good tier, right? Where it's like, oh, things are good here. Now I get into the good stuff. These are the movies where DC was actually cooking. They're like, oh, you know what? Not bad. Good on you. This is the ones where like they remember that it's a superhero movie and we can make it fun too. Like let's borrow some thoughts and clips from Marvel. That's what B tier is. And I'm gonna start off with Birds of Prey 2020 release. You know what? This movie is underrated. Not gonna lie, it's underrated. Yes, and I said what I said. It is underrated. It had style. It had energy. Margot Robbie. She was. You could tell that she was having so much fun. Like I can't see anyone else as Harley Quinn. She did this justice. The action sequences were so creative. Like I can remember just thinking to myself, like, damn, the choreography in this, like in the fighting scenes was so. The funhouse fight scene, guys, come on. And I mean, do we remember who the villain was? Was he a thief? Was it whatever it was? But it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're not here for the villain. We're here for Harley Quinn, okay? Because again, anti-superhero, whatever. It was chaotic, but it was really, really cool. And DC hadn't done the fun and chaos well up until now, in my opinion. That's why Birds of Prey is gonna be in the B tier for me. Next one is Shazam, the first Shazam. So this movie understood exactly what it needed to be. You know, it was just a kid that got superpowers and like he didn't know what to do with it, and now he just was a kid with superpowers, but like a grown up adult body. It was really funny. It was heartfelt. Like you could tell like it was good, and the family stuff was really like it landed really well. Even I could relate. Like this DC movie felt like the move, like it just was the most. They were having fun and you could just feel the energy. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. You just need it to be simple. You just need it to be done well. And sometimes simple is harder than people think. Like doing something simple might be harder than doing something more complex. And again, there was Adam Brody in this. My babe, Adam Brody, love you. What more can I ask for? Okay. All right. Next B tier for me will be Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Yes, Aquaman 2. And I'm putting this in the B tier because I genuinely actually love both Aquaman movies. Not gonna lie, like whatever, sue me. I love it because yes, I know he had issues. Yes, it is what it is. But I just love Aquaman. Look, Jason Momoa, love it. And I guess again, one thing I didn't know was I was ending. We're ending their universe. Is like, oh, that's so sad. But I love the dynamic of Jason Momoa and what was his name, Patrick, whatever, the brother. Like it was so much fun watching it. Like for me, the dynamic was just perfect. Like I'll watch it again because it was fun. It was really colorful. It wasn't too serious. And at the end of the day, it's like it is what it is. I feel like people slept on this one, and that's not fair. Like the part where he had his brother eating bugs. Come on, that was just so fun. I just like this one, and it's a B tier because it was a really fun movie. All right, now to the A tier. This is where DC fucking cooked. Okay, this is where DC cooked. We're now doing. I think I've done over 10 movies now. We're going to the top, and this is where my ranking is going to get a little more interesting because my number one. I'm not going to say we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's just build up to it. Okay. Next movie. This is the A tier now. Remember, guys, this is where DC is like, oh, all right. To me, again, this is my opinion, right? So for me, the first one on the A tier will be Wonder Woman, the 2017 version. That's the first Wonder Woman. I mean, I had to pull out my old Wonder Woman T-shirt just for this. The original, where there was the no man land scene. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. The scene where she climbs out of the trench and walks across no man's land and like takes every bullet and just keeps going. Like, are you kidding me? Wonder Woman? Fucking hell. Yes. Okay. Gal Gadot was born for this role. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, she is Wonder Woman. Love the story, love her love story, just loved everything. The theme with just humanity and just being able to be saved. Like, even if you're flawed, like you can be saved. You know, for me, it really was the heart of like a superhero movie because, you know, there just has that emotional part. I got it. It's not my number one, but it was a great movie. And yes, it might not be the best for you, but that for me is an A tier. Okay, again, Wonder Woman. All right, next one is Aquaman, the first one. Aquaman. I mean, come on. It made $1 billion in box office, like a billion. It's not even me; it's the box office. So of course it's an A tier. It deserves this an A tier. Like this man was. I think really what made this work was like we could just everyone could picture Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and the director did everything he could with this one. The only part that felt a little shaky for me was just the underwater scene. Like you could tell, like it wasn't necessarily organic, but you know what? It was fun, it was colorful, and it is what it is. There's no, yeah, it's done. They made their money, and I really just enjoyed how it was so different from everything we had seen from DC at that point. I love this movie and I mean it. I mean it. Unironically, I actually love Aquaman, and I would defend it to the death. Again, Jason Momoa's Aquaman. Who else could have done that role? The next movie in my A tier is Man of Steel, the 2013 release. Man of Steel is gonna be my number two in the A tier, and this is where I know I'm going to lose some people. To yeah, but it was too dark. Da 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 da. But guess what? I love this movie because it was dark. That's really why I liked it. I love the Superman doesn't have to be sunshine and rainbows and what we have now as the new Superman. Like it doesn't have to be that. This movie gave Superman depth. Like it asked what it actually means to have that kind of power and not know what to do with it, because we're forgetting that like he just like he was a kid. He didn't know how to use this power. And Henry Cavill as Superman, that man was born for this role. Like you can't tell me nothing. Okay, he was born for this role. So was Russell Crowe, by the way, as Jor-El, his dad. Love Russell. Like I feel like everything that Russell's in is just great. Like he elevates everything he's in. And then Michael Shannon as Zod. That's a villain. That's a villain. I love a villain with conviction. You already know. Like I love when a villain just like is not necessarily too menacing, but you know that this guy means business. I mean, he came and he's like, I was bred to be a warrior. Okay, I trained my entire life for this. You can't tell me. It's like, what do you mean? I'm here to protect my people. This is what I'm here for. Like, nah, you like, oh God, when I say I love that movie, this is the parts that I liked, like the villain interaction with Superman. I just loved it. And this man, again, the conviction he had was like, I'm trying to save my people. I'm trying to save my people. You can't stop me. Okay. I don't care. Oh, the scene where Jonathan Kent said maybe when Clark was like asked if like maybe you should let the kids die or whatever. It's like, oh my God, that's not a simple answer. That's just a father who doesn't know what to do with a son that has power, like has the power of a god. That's complexity. That's real. This movie had weight, and it ends every ounce of it. Honestly, like, oh, this is an A tier if I had a C. A tier movie. Loved it. All right. The final movie. Drum roll. Wonder Woman 1984. Released in 2020. That's my number one. It's my number one DC. Yes, whatever. Say what you want in the comments. It's controversial, but guess what? I liked it. And this is my ranking. It's not your ranking. It's my ranking. This is what I enjoyed when I was watching it. Fine. It's not the best one out there. It's okay. But let me tell you why this is my number one. First of all, the tone. The original Wonder Woman, which I did like as well, is a war movie. It was set in World War One. It was really heavy. It was heavy, but it was good. But this one, it felt more like a comic book. Like it felt lighter. It felt very light. It was bright and colorful. I don't know, maybe because of what it was set in that like the 80s kind of nostalgic dreamlike quality. So that I liked about it. It just felt very comic book like, and it was like, oh, okay, this is cute. And it made me fall in love with like just the Wonder Woman story again. Like it wasn't dark like the first one was. And I like the themes as well. Not gonna lie, like the wishing stone. I'd never thought in my mind that I should wish to be a wishing stone. So that again was like, oh, okay, this is good. Pedro Pascal. All right, thank you. And this was when Pedro Pascal was just like doing his thing. He was fantastic. Not gonna lie, he was just this desperate, pathetic man who just wanted power and just didn't know what to do with it. It's like, this is the thing. Don't give. Anyways, not going to go into morals here, but it's like he wanted power so desperately. He wished to be a wishing well, essentially. And of course, Wonder Woman here, it was good to see her like on the lighter side, still holding on to her humanity and her love for Steve. And it was, again, I just liked how slightly relatable it was, because you were like, yeah, she's this strong, immortal, almost immortal person, but she was grieving this person. And even she herself, Diana herself, was wishing to, like, she pretty much wished Steve back to life. It's like, oh, this is so cute. How much more human like can a superhero look in your eyes is when they also have wishes. Like, you would think, oh, she's strong, she's this, she has everything she wanted, but she didn't have everything she wanted. So for me, now it's making me a little like, yes, I enjoyed just how simple, light, and emotional Wonder Woman 1984 was. I really enjoyed that part, and that's why it's my number one. It made me feel more than any other DCU movie ever made me feel, and that's really why it's my number one. Not gonna lie. Okay, enough of that. If you're enjoying this ranking, please drop a comment with your top three DC movies. Just let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to know what your tops are. I want to see how many of you agree with me and how many of you are completely wrong, because some of you are wrong. Anyways, just joking, just joking. Mostly, I just really want to see, like, if anyone agrees with some of, like, my rankings. But seriously, let me know. And if you like books or movies, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment on this video, share with anyone that you think would enjoy this. Supergirl. Yes, let's talk about Supergirl. So now that the ranking is done, I still want to talk about some of the movies. Supergirl is obviously a DC movie, but it's not in the DCEU universe. Let's just be clear. And I watched Supergirl early. It officially drops at the time of filming June 26th, I believe. And it's part of the new DCU, but not the DCEU. So the new DCEU is what James Gunn is building right now. And like I said, it's very separate from the DCEU. This movie stars Millie Alcock, is her name? But anyways, the lady from House of Dragon, and you know what? Can't be mad at it. She's actually perfect for this. She has that energy where you can see someone can be super strong, super powerful, but still vulnerable at the same time, which is exactly what Supergirl needed to be. So I see her as it, and I loved it. Now, the movie, as you know, it's a DC comic, like it's based on a DC comic, right? Called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Bill Case Everly. And if you haven't read that comic, you need to, because it's really, really good. Not gonna lie, it's not your typical superhero story. It's not. It's basically a space western. That's how I put it. So the babe, Supergirl, is dealing Kara. She's dealing with the fact that she remembers Krypton. Like, she's lost her entire family. She's lost her world. Or like Superman, who was a baby when he left. She was okay, not an adult, but she was a teenager. So she remembered quite a lot. She remembered, like, living there. She remembered people actually dying off, in her world. So she was dealing with that grief, like seeing her parents die, seeing everybody on Krypton die. And that's what makes this movie special, because of the difference. Like, it's really not trying to be Superman. It's so different. It's not trying to be another Justice League. It's not like, we're not doing that here. It's just a solo story about this girl that is lost and is grieving. It was really just about her grief, and she was just trying to find her place in the universe and just try to move on from grief. It was someone just dealing with grief, literally the entire time. To be fair, not even just someone, two people dealing with grief, honestly. And surprise, Jason Momoa is in this movie as Lobo. Yes, Jason Momoa. So Lobo is like this bounty hunter, whatever, that eventually kind of helps her on her quest. And yes, he's playing this character. You know what? In fact, I'm not going to lie. I was even confused. I was like, wait, why is Jason Momoa here? Like, I kept thinking to myself, like, that's Aquaman. That's Aquaman. But you know what? I love this character. I love the whole bounty hunter thing. I can't think of anyone else, honestly, that would have played this chaotic. Because again, it was a chaotic character, very boisterous and loud and huge. Who else could have played this part? No one. But I was just thinking to myself, why are we cross-pollinating universes right now? Like, we could have used someone else, no? Like, couldn't anyone else play this? But it's okay. It was still good. Anyways, the rest of the cast, so the villain was Krem. That guy, he was really good as a villain. I don't know who I don't remember his name, but he was really good. Then there was this young girl. Was her name Evelyn or something? I don't remember her name right now, but there was this young girl where her Krem killed her parents and her family, and she was trying to get revenge. So that's pretty much what the story. I don't want to give out spoilers because it's still really new. But honestly, the movie surprised me personally. I think it will surprise you as well. I thought it was going to be shit, but it wasn't. It was giving DCU's equivalent of what like Guardians of the Galaxy is for Marvel. Just that fun movie that no one necessarily thought anything good would come out of, but it was really cool. It was so different, and I truly enjoyed it. In fact, I was thinking to myself, like, why didn't this come out before Superman? Like, why? After I remember seeing like in the end credits with Kara, which is Supergirl, end credits of Superman, where she was just drunk and just like, I was like, who is this babe? What is happening? And she said to Superman, thanks for watching my dog, bitch. I was like, okay, that's cool. That was a good intro for her. Like they did that well. And it made me anticipate, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. And all I was thinking to myself in that point was like, where was she all along? Well, in the words of Okoye from Black Panther, why was she up there all along? Like, why hasn't this babe come to my screen? The babe is stronger than Superman, in my opinion. I promise. Like when you watch the movie, this babe was stronger than Superman. I wish her movie came before Superman, honestly, because she was more heroic to watch than this new Superman. This new Superman was getting beat the entire time in his own movie. Was getting beat the whole time. But this babe, strong as hell. Strong as hell. It's like, oh, I love it. The only thing that held her down was kryptonite. Kryptonite was the only thing that held this babe down. Fine, we could argue that her villain wasn't that strong, whatever. She was so strong. And I loved how everything played out. It wasn't too long. Like, it was one of the things where you'd be locked in the whole time. It was so interesting. And I'm just glad that DC, you're finally cooking. Okay? Because if this is how you're going to go. In fact, I thank you for giving James Gunn, for giving him the reins to just like kick off things, because that man knows what he's doing. Okay. So yeah, if you haven't watched Supergirl yet, I think you would enjoy it. It's like a great summer flick. You would absolutely enjoy it. It's so cool. But the thing is, I don't know if there were end credits, because now DC has been doing this thing where they also have end credit scenes. I was bullied to leave the cinema, so I don't know if there was end credit scene. So if anyone's watched it, just let me know in the comments if there was an end credit scene that I missed. But yeah, that's basically it for Supergirl. Really, really fun watch. If you're looking for something this summer to watch before some of the big ones are out, like Spider-Man and the rest, watch Supergirl. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. It's so fun. Not gonna lie, it's so fun. All right, and that's the full DCEU ranking from Black Adam at the very bottom to Wonder Woman 1984 at the top. 15 movies, a decade of DC. Some of it was incredible, like I already said. Like I really enjoyed some of them. And some of the other ones was like, oh God, why the fuck did I do this? Yeah, and I know some people are just thinking to themselves, why? What do you mean? The Suicide Squad, it was amazing. Yeah, whatever. Let me know in the comments. Do your ranking in the comments. Why is this like? Do your ranking in the comments. And to those that liked Flash, you know there's controversy on this nigga, but do your own ranking in the comments. I'm really looking forward to what you guys have to say. Please rank these movies for me in your own opinion, and let's have the discourse. Let's talk about it, because as you know, this is Rated Watch It. The conversation doesn't end even when the movie ends. And now I want to hear from you. I already said, do your ranking in the comments. I need to know what your least favorite DCU movie is and what your most favorite one is. Who's wrong? Yes, because some of you will be wrong with your rankings. And let me know your thoughts on Supergirl when you watch it, and if you think DC has finally cooked, or if they've let us down. I need to know. All right. If you like books or movies, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, comment on this video, like, share this video. Come back next week for another episode, because there's a lot more I have to talk about. And I'm Dolly. This has been Read It, Watch It. See you next time.